Welcome to Jerry Barry Acts. Today, we're going to react to Season 5, Episode 17 of Buffy, entitled Forever. If you're new here, subscribe, daily content. If there's a day, there's a reaction. Links down below for the Patreon, the stream, everything in between. Last episode, there was no intro. There was just a cold open. There was a lot of emotions. There was a lot of tears. That's a lot. I've compared it to, well, sad episodes. I've always said one of the saddest episodes I've watched during this channel was during the Vampire Diaries. Without giving the spoilers for it, because it's been so many years since then. Season 6, episode 14, I think, is the episode. Do not quote me on that. That's just what's in my head. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what it is. I think that's definitely the saddest episode of that show that just kind of came out of nowhere. I think the ending of the Vampire Diaries is super sad. The ending of the originals is super sad in a positive and just a negative way. But that episode that we watched, that was your Thursday episode, was it was gut wrenching. So much gut wrenching that it's been a couple days, and I, sitting here to press record, don't really have the energy. But it's like I don't want to get behind on my recordings. It's not like I'm still sad or anything. I just don't have the energy. I think it's from lack of sleep, from the amount of emotions. So thank you guys for hanging out through that. Some of you that have been here for a while have seen the waterworks, but that may have been the worst case almost 3-4 years in. So yeah. If you're joining us right now, the last 2 episodes, I will talk about spoilers. I don't know why you'd be watching this random episode if you don't know what's going on. But at the end of episode 15, during the sex bot episode, Buffy goes home and she finds her mother unresponsive on the couch, which leads into episode 16, which is entitled The Body, which is about the death of Joyce, who had a sudden brain aneurysm. Brought up a lot of discussions. I think it did a good job of not trying to answer questions for the audience, not trying to answer questions about how to feel or what to do or what to believe in or what happens afterwards. And it brought real emotions from everybody, from Buffy's shock, having to make a phone call, Giles's panic, trying to fix the situation, to Willow's panic about what to wear, Tara's supportive role, Xander's pent-up aggression and punching the wall, Anya's complete confusion and not understanding what's happening, and trying to get the answers from it, Dawn being in complete disbelief. We got a whole spectrum of emotions from that episode that was very beautiful to see. The no music, all of that was wonderful. The only person we didn't get in the last episode that is a regular, of course, is Spike. I imagine he'd be back in this episode. And this is entitled Forever. I'm not expecting it to be as sad as the other ones, but I still am expecting some sadness. So I'll put Jerry behind the scenes, and we can go ahead and hop into our Friday episode. So, and I'm going to eat a mint, too, because my mouth is dry. So bear with me. Hopefully it distracts me from the sad shit happening on my screen. Picking out caskets is also fucking sickening. I've only been in the part of this process once in my life, and holy, it's weird. It's a weird time. That is not the cold water I had open. That is a warm water.
It's a fine choice.
How do you...
It speaks of your deep feeling for the deceased.
Brother, it's not a... I don't like that. Like, oh, this casket speaks this. Bro, it's... Put me in a box, bro. Please.
She's the one who has to be in it forever. Dawn, maybe it wasn't such a good idea you coming along.
That's not the
It's
right
fine.
choice of words, Buff.
It's just...
It's forward, but it's not the right choice of
serious.
words.
You shouldn't have to deal with this stuff.
If you'd like a few more minutes to decide.
No. It's done. It's fine. Okay?
That shit's expensive, dude. I think I already said that, but still.
Okay.
I don't want to see that bill. Ow!
I'm sure she just didn't want to upset you, Donster. Now you better get working on that dinner. You barely touched it.
You really should eat something. Why should I?
She's not hungry.
You're not. This isn't about...
Dawn's at that age. Granted, Again, we're not looking at this as anything extraterrestrial, anything like a key. We're looking at this as a little girl. Okay? This is a child who is at that age, 14, 15 years old, freshman, sophomore in high school, of it's she's aware of what's happening. She's not dumb. She's very aware, and she wants to be included in those things because she was in denial about her mother. And at the end of the last episode, she touches her mother's corpse. I don't know if you've ever touched a corpse before, but it's cold and it's stiff. It's hard. It's not pleasant. It's eerie. It sucks. It's a good reminder that the person you loved is more than flesh and bones. No matter what you believe in, if you're Christian, Catholic, uh, I every religion's leaving my brain. If you're agnostic, if you're atheist, Satanist, if it's anything in between, Buddhism, Islamic. Again, pardon me if I'm saying things that aren't religions, but you know the words I'm trying to get to. No matter what it is that you believe in, like even agnostic and atheist people who think that whatever we happens, we're more than flesh and bone. Whether we go to a afterlife, whether we go to a heaven, whether we control stars and planets, whether we just return to the dirt, whether we help grow trees and help the planet keep moving, whether our essence goes back to the stars, whether we're reincarnated, no matter what that process is, that moment of touching somebody who has passed is very earth shattering. But it does kind of reinforce that we are just more than that in some way, shape, form, and fashion, I believe. Um, yeah, without going down that rabbit hole. Dawn's done that. And now she's getting information that she didn't know before her mother went into surgery. Now, of course, her mom had that conversation with Buffy. That's her oldest daughter. You have that conversation with somebody you can have in confidence. It's not for Dawn's ears because she's young. I wouldn't want my nephew sitting on a conversation if I had a conversation with somebody in my family, even if it was their own parent, if it was my brother, their mother, my mother. If we had a serious conversation about somebody passing, you don't really want somebody around her age there. But she feels in her mind that maybe she is grown in some way, but she wants to be on an equal playing field. She wants to be on the same level as them. She wants to know what they know and be involved in their conversation. She's already mad, coming back to the show part of it, that they kept her being the key from her. She doesn't want other things kept from her, and you can understand that. Pointing out, like, you're not eating. Why should I eat? We're in the same boat. What I'm really hoping is Buffy doesn't play the card and get frustrated with Dawn that, like, that's not really your mother, because that'll just be ignorant and frustrating. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Ring, 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 ring.
Phoned out. Will
Ring,
you?
ring,
Oh,
ring,
no, it's
ring.
my dad. How about at the request of the family, there will be no wake.
Good, yeah.
Buffy's taken on so much responsibility that Dawn feels distant. The worst part of these funerals is coming home. It's over with. Now it's quiet. Now it's quiet. And you sit there, and a key part of your life is missing. And they're not at the store. They're not on vacation. They didn't win a contest and go on a trip. They're not in the basement playing a game. They're not reading a book in another room. They're not taking a shower. They're not cutting the grass. They're not trimming the hedges. They're not organizing the garage. They're not changing their oil. That's it. That's it. You have to sit there with that. I'm not trying to put that existential crisis in your mind, but if you haven't been through it, I apologize. But that's. Now what? What about for them? There's a mortgage to be paid. There's electricity, trash, water, gas. All of that has to be paid. With what money? Does Giles move in? Do the friends help out? Do we all live here now? Fucking shit.
It's got
I don't want to be here.
Where does it go? Do you put it at the top or just like a small line at the bottom?
I don't blame you, Don.
Joyce was the only one of the lot of you that I could stand.
That's a
She's
fact.
the only one with a daughter you wanted to shag. I'm touched.
I liked the lady. Understand, monkey boy? She was decent. She didn't put on airs. Joyce had a nice cuppa for me.
They are for
You
Joyce.
didn't leave a card.
Right. You can get it. Like, you know his feelings for Buffy. You are Buffy's best friend, one of her best friends. You understand his emotions. Xander's frustrated because in his mind, Spike's showing up to leave flowers because he wants to have sex with Buffy, he wants to be with Buffy, etc. But the one time it's not the case, he doesn't know. That's the one thing I didn't think about at all in the last episode. Joyce and Spike were actually friends from the start. She had him in. They talked. He never once actually threatened her. I don't remember if that was her. He was like biting the neck behind, like jokingly. But they watched Passions together. They shared stories. He listened to her talk about work. He apologized for Dawn missing and where she was. That's a genuine, he cared about this person. Here's flowers. Buffy being attached is an unfortunate circumstance because that's just, granted, he wouldn't have talked to Joyce and wouldn't have been friends with her if it wasn't for Buffy, but you get the point I'm saying. Two sides of the same coin, and you can understand. And it's unfortunate because all of that niceness from Spike and that moment of Xander watching as he walks away is nullified when you remember that Spike is building a sex robot. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't understand the layout of this fucking house. I'm sorry. Yeah, what picture was that? You have to go straight to a funeral.
Dawn's kind of ready to go. Can we take her with us?
Yeah,
I like the way that was worded.
she should probably get out of here.
Like, we're not rushing you.
What about you? We can wait if you want.
I'm fine. Thank you.
I've never gotten to stay. I know my mom said she stayed when her dad passed. But I think you kind of could have led up to this point right here, as it's now becoming nighttime. I think right here you kick the music in. I think you should have started the episode. And if you notice, it's a different mindset today. My head's more clear. We've seen the emotional brunt of it. If I would have watched the episode right after, I think I would have been an emotional mess even more than I was. I think a good way of going about this is you could have had this whole opening and everything still silent with no music. In different cuts from what they did with the actual burial right there. Because it's another sobering moment too, when they drop the dirt onto the casket. You could have toyed with that a little bit, but I understand why they did what they did. And right here, you could start bringing the music in for the first time for a couple episodes.
Because I know what I want to do now.
She wants to learn magic.
Great. What are you up for?
You guys are witches,
No,
and you do magic and
don't ask. Don't fucking do it.
You want us to teach you something?
She wants necromancy.
I want to bring Mom back.
No, man. How many times do we have to go over this in shows about how bad that? God dang, how bad that ends up going. It's never good. Laying with them sheets wrapped up like that really ain't that fun, bro. Like, it just
I wish we could.
skin on skin. Otherwise, it's gonna be hot and
It's
sweaty.
not possible.
Why?
Because even if they come back, it's not who you think.
Things.
Like, it's
We
different.
do, but this is different. The spells backfire? That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is it's bad. Because witches can't be allowed to alter the fabric of life for selfish reasons. Wiccans took an oath a long time ago to honor that.
So it's possible to bring someone back? They wouldn't have taken an oath if they didn't know they could do it.
I don't like that this is
Maybe
the
they
follow-up episode.
But we can't.
But I understand it because
She's
the way
right,
the show
Helen.
is, but
Just what to say.
You'll find your way. I mean, not all at once, but
I don't know.
I just love that they're staying together like this.
I keep thinking
It's like
about
cuddled up.
when I found her.
Ugh.
I had just gotten there 10 minutes earlier.
But they told you that nothing would have changed.
you said they told you it wouldn't have made a difference.
They said probably.
Hanging on to that word
wouldn't
too
have made a
much.
difference.
Aneurysms, there's nothing you can really
Exactly
do about
what
it.
they said.
You better skedaddle there, angel buddy. You and your eyebrow.
Stay in town as long as you want me.
How's forever? Does forever work for you?
Roll credits.
That's a bad idea.
Jesus Christ. You shit.
I'm seriously needy right now.
She doesn't remember the day that they had. But he remembers before he wiped her brain and erased that day from existence. Jesus, dude. That's just...
Don't be worried about the neediness. I can handle it.
Sure, it's the right idea right now. That's a trauma smooch. Don't let Spike walk up now. It's not a smart idea, Buff.
I told you.
That man just had sex, too. Make out a little bit longer. Oh, y'all are... Oh, no, that's even better. That's even better. Y'all know I'm a little perverted during this show for some reason.
Good.
No, this is better. Sit there and hold her for a couple minutes. Fucking Benjamin Button walking out.
Tell my sister I'm sick of running into her Jawa rejects.
That's exactly what they
Made
are.
me come to you.
Miss, I won't help her find the key. I would never do that to an innocent...
An innocent?
Wow, you
The key
slept.
was sent
Don't you see?
Jakob. I said that thing's a fucking weasel, bro. You had to kill him. You had to. As soon as he heard the word innocent, he done pieced together two parts of the pie and ready to bake, you know?
I can't.
Crust and the filling. Is this just a sound person? My shit's froze. How is this not just a dude right here? Off camera. That's crazy. There was some stuff in the... Oh my God, Willow. That's the most chaotic way I've ever seen anybody put something into a bag.
I have to get her back. I have to.
Other ways to go about it, little one.
I'm not gonna tell, little bit. I'm gonna help.
What are we doing, bro?
Never use this bloke's service.
Giles got that shit on, boy. You taking her to some shady ass apartment, bro. I don't like it. Spike is trying to help, but still.
Oh, God, you pointless, stupid lump. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Girl.
Me.
The key? What about the key?
You need a juice box.
Indicated that
This belongs to a magic guy.
I can already tell you what that place smells like.
Smells like Grandpa.
And it's
Hey.
not pleasant.
Anybody home?
Oh, it's just some dude named Dale.
no.
What is this guy? Spike walked right in. Is he also a vampire?
Just because the lights are dim doesn't mean the juice is all gone.
I tell
What
people
can I
all
do
the
for you?
time. Just because my...
This one's mom kicked it a few days back.
You just keep in touch now.
I thought he was about to be creepy
Let me
for a
know how it
second.
goes.
Yeah. Like, what is he?
I will.
How much money did she bring? $47?
Wait till it wakes up.
Ah, I see it. I thought it was a big mouth, like one of them angel fishes, angler
I can't get to
fishes.
the eggs unless it moves. No way.
I'll make it move. You just be ready. Hey, Laura.
Just grab a fucking egg, girl. We got 7 minutes. There's no way you're doing all this in 7 minutes. Big ass kidney stone. Where you finding them rocks at? I do really like how protective he is of her. Genuinely. Even though he is trying to make a sex bot. Oh, he got bit!
You. Nobody let me go. You have to stop it. Reverse it. No! Dawn, you know this is wrong. You know you can't let this happen. Not to Mom.
Yeah, your mom deserves
I
better
need
than that.
her.
She needs peace.
I don't care if she...
And it's like you don't even care.
Of course I care.
Such a fucked up thing to say.
How can you even think that?
How can I not?
How can I not?
Haven't even cried. You've just been running around like it's been some big chore or something.
See, that's another thing. It goes back to the opening conversation about age. She doesn't understand everything that goes into it. Listen, I'm a 30-year-old man. I understand. I know I don't look it. Some people say I look younger. A handful of people say older. Kind of rude. Something happens, man. You have a day to grieve, and you have to plan, you have to prepare, you have to make sure the affairs are in order because it's going to go bang, 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 bang. You have to plan this. You have to go there. You have to buy this. You have to do this. You have to do that. Talk to these people. Talk to those people. Your brain is on overload. Buffy's on overload. Because if she doesn't do it, who will? It's that simple.
Cleaning up after Mom's mess.
She deserved that. No, you deserve that.
Have you even thought about that? Who's gonna make things better?
Who's going to cook breakfast?
Who's gonna take care?
Who's going to give you medicine? Who's going to pay the bills?
Mommy. Buffy.
But what resurrected? Did she come out of the grave? Is her body just gone? Because, I mean, you're a split second away from seeing some shit that's going to mentally stay with you for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. There ain't no way of getting around it. That shit is stuck with you. Beat up. Shout out Don for at the last possible second ripping that thing, because otherwise, that's a bad time waiting to happen. Don had to realize that this wasn't the right thing to do. Let's pull the trigger. Let's end this. Let's not have Mom come back, etc., etc. Don and Spike help to bring her mother back from the fucking dead is the title there. That is episode 17. That's forever. That's what Buffy wanted Angel around. Forever. She was asking for forever because she still loves him, and that's her man. I think Dawn is still a 14-year-old. She's a very immature child, and she doesn't understand what's happening, and she wants to be on an equal playing ground, and that's not what's in the cards for her until the end there, where Buffy realizes she did push her away. Xander and Spike have a moment. Anya and Don and Giles kind of have a moment. Everybody has their own moments here, but it is the next day, and life does unfortunately have to go on. That's the worst part about it. Is life has to go on. It's not as emotional. It's not as in depth as the previous episodes, but it still delivers what they're trying to deliver. It launched on April 17th, 2001, the same day that episode 17 launched for Angel, which feels weird that Angel took place before this. Luckily, there was no mention of any of this happening. He was dealing with Harmony. I feel like this is something that he would have talked about to his friends. Maybe they wanted to keep it away from Angel, but this feels like it could have been a deep collaboration for 2 or 3 episodes. Yeah, 8.0 rating is what it debuts at. It's just rough. Some of the trivia here: while mourning Joyce's death, Giles goes to his home and has a drink while listening to Tales of the Brave Ulysses, 1967 by Cream. This is the same song that he and Joyce listened to in Band Candy from season 3 before having sex together. This is significant to show Giles no longer around Buffy and needing to be strong, remembering Joyce, and illustrates the loving father figure he is to Buffy, as opposed to the usual Watcher. That's a banger right there. To me, the idea of wanting to defy death is just an inherent, almost mythological, iconic notion. It's something we can all relate to, a universal longing. Yeah, I agree to that. Spike is able to enter Doc's home without an invitation. The sense of the fact that Doc isn't human, fucking clearly, and he has a tail. Yeah, Spike, she always had a cuppa. They bonded in a few episodes. This aired on Joyce Summers' birthday, Kristen Sutherland's actual birthday. Angel's first appearance since the Yoko Factor in the year 2000. This is after the episode Epiphany. Yeah, Ash to Ashes, Dust to Dust. That's all this stuff is. Wild things by pointing out that Willow's bookcases moved. Cool. This is the last appearance for the season for Giles' apartment. All right, that's good to know. I guess. Cool. Anyways, that's it for that. The next episode of Buffy you guys will see will be on Monday of next week, which will be Intervention. Now we go back to Angel after a 3-episode Buffy stretch. It never feels like we're with Buffy for long enough. It always feels like I'm always watching Angel, as I almost click on Angel in the outfield. That episode 18 is entitled Dead End, as we have 5 episodes left of both shows. If you want to know how this is going to play out, we have episode 18 of Angel, episode 18 of Buffy. We'll have episode 19 of Angel, and then 4 straight episodes of Buffy before 3 straight episodes of Angel. We're going to finish out Buffy, finish out Angel, and then we'll have recap and recap. And from there, that's where I leave it. That's what we'll do. So, as always, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad this is a more joyous episode compared to episodes past. I'm heading out. I have to pee. Rest in peace, Joyce Summers. I haven't got to say that because it feels and sounds goofy sometimes when you say it like that, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist up on screen. Stay cute. Stay hydrated. Catch you on the next one.